Hey guys, Kevin here. So when I was in high school, I read the books 1984 and Animal Farm by George Orwell. And they had a really profound effect on me. Not right then, but as I grew older and I started to see the things that Orwell wrote about come to fruition, I realized that these books were very special. George Orwell did not write these books because he wanted to express himself artistically or because he wanted fame. He wrote these books out of necessity. You see, George Orwell had been a socialist. He had rubbed elbows with the elites of Europe. He was friends with members of this Fabian Socialist Society. He knew exactly where these people wanted to take us. He knew exactly what would happen if these Marxists and globalists had their way. And today, we see it come to pass. While people are being kicked out of the UK, people are being banned from speaking in Europe, people are being arrested for expressing themselves politically. And today, one of the worst things that we've seen happen since this madness began. Count Dankula was found guilty of a hate crime for dressing his dog up as a Nazi. So I have something at the end of this video I'm going to show you, and it's hilarious. But before I get to that, and before I go off on the rest of my tangent, I should give you guys a history of this. So a YouTuber from Scotland who calls himself Count Dankula made a viral video of his dog giving a Nazi salute. Basically, he took the dog, put him next to television where there was a Hitler speech playing, and he had the dog raise his paw. And he thought it'd be hilarious, and he thought it would piss off his girlfriend. And he's right, it's hilarious. But a Scottish court today found him guilty of the crime of being grossly offensive. Now, I am not kidding. That is the actual charge. Grossly offensive. So here's the problem, guys. Well, there's a lot of problems. First of all, unless you're making child porn, there's no reason you should be arrested for making a video. But most importantly, they arrested him for being grossly offensive. Not just offensive, but grossly offensive. Which is funny, because being offensive is subjective. You could have a right-wing judge, you could have a left-wing judge. Who determines what is offensive? Different things are offensive to different people. But you see, it's not about being offensive. The fact is that there are countries that arrest people for things like this, for being offensive. Most of them are Muslim theocracies like Iran and Pakistan. The others are communist countries like North Korea. This is not about being offensive. Offense is in the eye of the beholder. This is about making people toe the line, to make people support an agenda or shut their mouths and not dissent against the agenda that the elites are trying to push. This is why you will never have a leftist arrested for being offensive to Christians. This is why you'll never see a Muslim arrested for being offensive to women. This is a miscarriage of justice. This is an assault on Western culture. And this is how you get civil war. This is how you get revolution. By ostracizing people, by criminalizing ideologies, by criminalizing dissent. You push people in this corner, and that makes a very dangerous political atmosphere. So I'm going to push back, and so should all of you. And I'm going to do so by doing exactly what Count Dankula did, and calling out the government in Scotland and governments throughout Europe. You see, I was thinking, to me, Nazis are bad, sure. So are communists. I mean, communists are worse than Nazis to me, because communists have killed far more people. But to me, the most offensive, well, I don't find anything offensive, but to me, the most politically disturbing, I guess you would say, the worst people I can think of are the people in ISIS. I mean, look, the way they treat women, the way they treat gays, the way they kill people and eat their body parts. Nobody's more offensive than ISIS, right? So I dressed my dog up like an ISIS fighter. Enjoy, guys. What's that? You want to join ISIS? Death to infidels? What? All right, Interpol, you can come and get me now. The UK will probably ban me for this. I hope they do. You know, it's sad because these countries were so beautiful. They were so classically liberal. They had freedom. They had prosperity. Instead of staying down that path, they've adopted Marxism again. The very thing that almost killed Europe just 50 years ago. How stupid are these people? Well, maybe they're not stupid. Maybe they're conniving. These social engineers, people like Zuckerberg, people like Merkel, these globalists, the people who are busybodies, authoritarians, control freaks, and psychopaths. I don't know what else to say, guys. This is a wake-up call, and we have to take it. We have to start teaching our kids about the fundamentals of liberty. We have to make self-expression and freedom of speech great again. Go out, talk to people. Tell them what's going on. Wake them up. Remind these leftists, too, that, you know, if it happens to us now, it's going to happen to them later. What else to do, guys? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Check me out on my 2 channels, InfoWars Stop the Purge. Subscribe to that one, and definitely subscribe to the Patriot Punk, because, you know, I post a video like this one, I might not have a channel next week. I'm outie, guys.